Welcome back to Textiles and Treasures. Today I'd like to share what I picked up at my very first estate sale of the summer season. I saw the listing for this estate sale and saw a couple of hints of glassware that caught my eye. This was actually the second day of the estate sale and I wasn't really sure if anything I saw in the pictures would still be there. However, I decided to head there anyway and check it out, which usually ends up being a good decision. This estate sale was being run by the woman who was moving, and she had really good taste in vintage glassware, and you could also tell that she was a quilter and she liked making things by hand. Definitely my type of estate sale. However, since she was running her own estate sale, it seemed like the prices were a little high. But she said right from the start that she was willing to negotiate because she was moving and she couldn't take it all with her. I managed to find some really awesome items and I negotiated some reasonable prices. The first thing I decided to pick up was this set of 3 crafting items. As you can see, it was $5 for everything. It included this box, and this box. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I do a lot of embroidery and cross stitch. So anytime you can find a container full of embroidery floss, you pick it up. I would have easily paid $5 for this on its own. So the fact that I got $5 for everything was an awesome deal. As you can see, this box included a set of needles, which are always handy, and an awesome selection of embroidery floss. I was really excited because a lot of these are colors that I use regularly in my work, and this was actually a color I was on the hunt for earlier in the spring. This was an excellent find because as you can see, they're complete skeins, they're beautiful colors, and this is an awesome deal. Inside this floral box were some random crafting items. As you can see here, there is another bag with embroidery floss, also colors that will come in handy. And then there's some other vintage sewing items. We have some mending wool that has been stored well, so it's in good condition. Bias tape with a really cool image printed on it. Some elastic, hook and eye, this cool transparent thread. I like the colors on this. More fasteners, lots and lots of fasteners, and even more fasteners. Last summer, I actually picked up quite a lot of random sewing lots from estate sales, but these are in really good condition, so why not? It came along with the rest of the items. Inside this box, there were more crafting items. There was this set of grommet pliers with the instructions and the leftover pieces. The woman told me she actually used this to make her own curtains. There was also a glue gun with all of the glue. Believe it or not, I don't have one of these, so this will come in handy. And then there was this iron-on adhesive. Definitely not a bad deal for $5. I also found this adorable winter bird cross stitch. As you can see, it's definitely ready for the Christmas season. It's really well framed, really nicely done. So cute, and it was only $1. Considering she had all that embroidery floss, I was surprised not to find more cross stitch, but maybe it's sold already or she was taking it with her. Even though the woman was a quilter, I just wasn't in the market for any of the things that she had. However, I did find a bin of blankets that were marked $5 a piece. I found this beautiful wool blanket in a very pretty pastel color scheme. I forgot to mention that this was an extremely clean house. The woman actually asked people to wear booties when walking around. So I had a feeling that this was stored with love and care, and that's when I'm willing to pick up something like wool that's not as easy to launder. The blanket binding is coming apart a little bit, but that makes sense considering its age. And it's really not that big of a deal. I can potentially replace it or take it off or just leave it. As you can hopefully see here, this blanket is by North Star. And on the back of the tag, it says North Star Woolen Mill Company. Like I said, I've been on the lookout for a nice warm wool blanket, and I was happy to find this one in such good condition. The woman told me that this had been in her family for a long time and it had been on her bed when she was a kid. After picking up the pieces I was definitely willing to pay for, I wanted to see if she would negotiate on the glassware. She definitely knew that she had desirable vintage glassware, but the prices were a little bit high considering what estate sale companies charge in the local area. Because I respected her prices, I told her that I wanted to negotiate, but that I didn't want to insult her with my prices, and I told her what I would normally pay for these items at an estate sale. One of the things that caught my eye in the pictures of this estate sale was this beautiful Fenton covered candy dish. I was really surprised that this was still there until I saw that it was marked $25, which is a lot for someone who's not a Fenton collector or a glass collector. I'm used to paying $5 to $10 for a glass covered dish at an estate sale, and so I told her that that was what I thought I would pay. So she asked me if I would be willing to pay $10 for it, and I said yes. As you can hopefully see, this is an excellent excellent condition. There's a little bit of reflection from the lights, but the clarity of Fenton glass is just amazing. This is the Fenton Valencia pattern, and it's a pretty desirable dish. You can see how I've displayed this with my other covered dishes in my summer decor tour. I'll include a link to that video in the description. She also had this beautiful Fenton swung vase. I also love this colonial blue color, and as you can hopefully see here, this is the thumbprint pattern. This vase is marked Fenton on the base. She had marked this vase for $20, which is a lot for a vase, even a swung vase, at an estate sale. So I asked her if she would take 5, and she was willing to do it. Like I said, it was almost the end of the second day of the estate sale. She also had a lot of cool kitchen glassware, but she also had higher prices on that. She had marked this Hazel Atlas candy stripe glass for $5. I actually picked up a set of 3 of these at the bins in the fall, and so I was definitely not going to pay $5 just to get another one to add to the set. So I asked her if she would take $1 for this, and she said no problem. I'm really excited that I now have a set of 4 of these candy stripe glasses. You can see the Hazel Atlas logo here on the bottom. The last thing I picked up at this estate sale was this swanky swig. She had quite a few swanky swigs, and they were each marked $2 or $3, which again is a lot for an estate sale. I really like this design with the pigs here and the bears here, and I wanted to get a pair to match my set. Even though I liked some of the other glasses, I'm sure I'll come across them somewhere else in the future. It's something else to hunt for, and I felt uncomfortable negotiating on so many more items than I already had. As you can see, I'm really happy that I stopped by the estate sale, and that going to them so regularly over the past year has taught me how to negotiate. I have a better idea of what prices should be and what I'm willing to pay. Even though this is a smaller haul than normal, I'm really happy with what I found. I'm trying to pick up quality pieces and things that I really want in order to keep my collection a little bit pared down. Leave a comment and let me know which of my finds from this estate sale was your favorite. While I'm definitely excited about the embroidery floss and the blanket, this blue Fenton piece is absolutely stunning, and I'm really glad I decided to check it out. I'm happy this was still there and it was waiting for me. Thanks for checking out this estate sale haul. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because I've got a few more estate sale hauls coming your way. Have a good one. Goodbye.